And you never want to turn into Steffen or Fiona or any other coach.
Sure.
You want to stay Soufi. You want to stay true to yourself. But at the same time, you want to be a better Soufi tomorrow than you were yesterday.
True.
And that's all you can do.
I want to be a better Steffen. Okay. And have you ever think of competing, like doing an event? Like.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm still doing it every year.
What are you doing?
Javelin.
Oh yeah, you do javelin. Yeah. And how are you getting on in that?
Picking up the odd medals, but it's all about fun and enjoying it. That's what I'm doing it. I'm not getting anywhere like big or so. I'm way past that age, but I'm enjoying it anyway.
You do masters, right?
I could do masters.
Wait, what's masters?
Masters is once you turn past 35, over 35.
I don't answer that. Yeah. So now, what can you give to all the athletes that are watching? Hopefully there's some people watching. What one advice would you tell them?
Have fun, enjoy what you do, fall in love with the sport and keep enjoying it.
From what I've seen, people get forced into athletics and they don't enjoy it.
That's one of the main jobs as a coach, to have the athletes fall in love with it, because otherwise they just, as soon as the athletes are old enough and the parents can't push them on the track anymore, it has to come from the athletes. And if the athlete doesn't want to be on the track, he won't be from a certain age on.
And how
he only wants to be on the track if he falls in love with the sport itself.
You need to have exactly what you said. You need to have fun. Like, it's hard to train on your own, especially athletics. It's hard to do sprints on your own. Whereas if you with other people, you can push yourself even harder. It's more fun.
It might be more fun, but then the quality has to be there. Different athletes are different all the time, and I have athletes that enjoy being coached one-to-one or in smaller groups, and then you have other athletes that really enjoy the big group. So it's different athletes, and as a coach you have to be adaptable for that.
And how can you tell?
Well, I know from experience.
Okay.
Because the athletes tell me that's what they're more like, or that's what they're more into it.
Right. And not athletes can be trained the same.
No, because he or she is probably looking for really deep technical stuff, really wants to improve and get somewhere, and needs that load of attention.
Right. Okay. Now, one thing, when an athlete gets better, let's say one of your athletes has improved so much and he left you and go for another coaches, how would you feel?
It's always a challenge, it's always disappointing, but
would you see that as a good stuff? Like,
you have to allow the athlete to move on. You can't clinch to athletes, you have to allow them to move on. If they want to improve and they think they find somewhere better to coach, somewhere more appropriate for them, you have to allow them to move on. Otherwise, if you clinch to them, they will leave the sport altogether. And that's not what you want as a coach.
Yeah.
You want them to continue.
Okay, right. Now, has it ever occurred to you that you want to stop everything?
Every now and then, yes.
Why is that? Do you think it's too much? Like, when athletes look up to you, do you feel like a pressure? Do you feel like a pressure?
No, it's not a pressure from athletes. It's sometimes
no, for yourself. Like, because the athletes are looking up to you, because they're depending on you to make them a better athlete. So do you feel that pressure?
I always feel that pressure. The best way around that is make self-sufficient athletes. So to actually train them so they are self-sufficient and can train without me.
Because
it's one of my goals anyway.
Yeah, well, no, that's actually true. Here's what thing that happened to me when I first coaching in athletics. I was just in for fun. The other coach told me to help out, so I went there and help out. It was great crack. Enjoy coaching the kids. Now, then I got to a stage where it's actually too much pressure now. Like, I didn't want this. Now, that was back then. It felt to me that I was just in for fun. Now that I realize they're actually depending on me now. Well, not me personally, of course, there's other coaches to help out. But let's say if one of the coaches is missing, do you feel like I feel the productivity goes down?
Definitely productivity goes down.
And besides,
coaches
we don't get paid for the coaching. It's fun. It's volunteer, and so
set your own goals in coaching. What is your goal in coaching? And it's the same for the athletes. Enjoy it as much as possible, and every now and then, especially as a coach, you will find challenges, big challenges, smaller challenges. It doesn't matter. So just deal with them.
Yeah.
deal with them and have fun doing it and be proud of once you solved any of those challenges. There will be always, like 14 years now, and I had loads of challenges from athletes, from committee, other clubs, other coaches.
Of course, yeah.
So I see them as challenges. I get past them, I solve them, and keep going and enjoying. But the main focus is always not me. It's the athlete. Only if the athlete has fun.
Right.
And is enjoying it. Sometimes it takes an athlete years. I had recently a conversation with an athlete that moved on to college, and she came back to me and actually said that only now, after she left us, that she realizes that all the stuff that I told her was actually great, and how she is missing it and still enjoying the sport.
I actually remember I didn't take a break. I missed coaching and training altogether for a month and a half because of work and all. I didn't miss it. I think it was a summer break.
Yeah.
Do you know when you get that
More
feeling?
than likely,
you have nothing. It's not you have nothing to do, but you miss everything. Like Tuesday and Thursday night, you're just sitting there and you wish you were going training and have fun.
We usually have our break July, October, like for 6 weeks or so. But then the last 2 weeks, you just miss the track and you want to go back. And I'm actually starting to sit down and think about programs and what to do, how to improve it.
How do you think you can progress yourself now? Where do you see yourself going?
I see myself going in coaching coaches. I've completed my coach education course.
Yeah.
So I want to coach coaches, and I want to help out the national government body to improve on the current structure as well.
All right. Okay.
Just to improve the quality of the coaching within Ireland.
I believe all coach will have a coach. Athletes should have a coach, but do you think a coach should have a coach?
No, not all.
No. Here, let me explain. I don't compete that much, but I still train a little bit here and then. I coach the younger one, but I don't know anything. Like, I don't know much. Do you know what I mean? In terms of the technical and how to deal with athletes.
Yeah.
So that's why I bring it up. Do you think all coaches need a coach? For example, if you're doing a PT.
You're looking more like a mentor
exactly, yeah.
Mentor,
that's what I should say. Yeah,
you can always look for a mentor, but my advice would be look for different ones, because you're Soufi, and you never want to turn into Steffen or Fiona or any other coach. You want to stay Soufi. You want to stay true to yourself. But at the same time, you want to be a better Soufi tomorrow than you were yesterday.
True.
And that's all you can do.
I want to be a better Steffen.
You can. You definitely should.
No, here's the thing with me. I don't want to tell my life story, but I was always the quiet kid in class. Never in my life I would be like, I always feel like no one gives a shit about me, and I still don't think no one gives a shit about me. But coaching, I think when you say coaching, it's you don't choose to be a coach. You're already a coach because someone is already looking up to you. Now I'm just gonna go deep now and just beyond athletics. Like even athletes in my age group as well, they're not having intent to be a coach, but the little ones look up to those big athletes. Now you know who I'm talking about.
I know you.
Yeah, and like that's when I say, I bring this earlier as well, that's when I realize there's a pressure on you. Do you know what I mean? And when I first joined athletics, I got into coaching first, then I got into training. Now when I started to compete, those little kids were watching me. So that's
an interesting mix, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's why I still do competitions. That's why I still throw the javelin, because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. You have to lead an example, right?
Yeah.
When you come in last in a race, and an athlete seeing that the coach coming last in a race, how would you think that would make them feel?
You can set a great example by coming last in the race and still enjoying the race. So that athletes actually learn from yourself that it's not all about winning.
It's not all about winning,
it's about the way to get
That's
there.
actually my first competition, athlone, and all the little ones were there, and I came last. And that got into my head. I was like, shit, I was like, what are they gonna think of me? Do you know what I mean? Like in training I'm all this and that, and here in competition I'm just like, I'm not all that anymore.
Just be a good example.
I know. Yeah.
Allow yourself as coach to make mistakes.
100%.
And learn from those mistakes, and it's grand, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like in life, at some stage, everyone is going to be a coach. Like I'm a parent, so I'm teaching my kids naturally because I'm a parent. Same thing comes down if you're down coaching. It's just the next step then. Instead of just having your own kids, you have the other kids as well. And if you make mistakes there, well, it's not nice, but you learn from them. you know, and you improve on that.
Yeah. And the funny thing that happened on that night, I lost the race. I come up, it was not long, so they have this, do you know when you go up, you can warm up over there. And they came up to me and they say, "Good job, Soufi." And I was really like, thank you. I wasn't sad because I know I was going to come last. I only had 6 months of training. I know I'm going to come last, but I didn't know they were going to compete. Do you know what I mean?
But that's fine. Yeah. Like, you go to competition.
Oh no, that was back then, and of course I've learned a lot. As you said, there's challenges going on.
But when you go to a competition, you never run against the other athletes. You always run, or in sprints especially, you run against the stopwatch.
Yeah.
And as long as you see the stopwatch on the finish line, that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
So beat your own times. That's it.
Now, how would you convince an athlete? What you just said to me, it's not about winning. It's all about having fun. Some athlete wants to win because they want to show off to other people that, I don't know, they're trying to prove a point to someone. And don't get me wrong, I used to be the same as well. Not in athletics, just in other stuff. Well, back then I used to play football. I always have, when I go to matches, I have to score a goal. I was decent in football, so I was I had to score a goal, just to maybe get approval from other people. And I think I know some athletes are the same as well. They come to train, they're trying to prove a point.
You always have those athletes. I always have those athletes as well. And there's ways around. For example, I let all our little ones, the young ones I'm coaching at the moment, do a cross-country race. Not because I want to turn them into strong cross-country runner at that age at all. It's more about learning not to win, because it's very unlikely they will win in a cross-country race at that age. It's just way too competitive. And just for them to learn actually how to lose and still have fun and still enjoy it. So
Now,
it's a learning curve as well.
Yeah, that's actually learn to lose.
Learn to lose,
When I was young, I was winning. It's about winning. I'm very competitive in video games. I have to win, and that can be a good thing. But again, when you don't have, when someone been, let's say, I'm not gonna say raised wrong. Let's say they've been what's that word? They got everything. Spoiled. Yeah. So, and then because they think just because they came 5th or 6th they should get a medal, and they can't deal with that. They can't deal with that loss.
They just have to deal with it. You just have to put them in that situation every now and then. For their own comfort, just for them to deal with it. Maybe it helps if you talk to their parents as well, and just look for the support, that they actually explain that you've done a great race, you've done a great whatever it was game, you had your fun. But not everyone can be a winner, especially
there's always a winner.
But not everyone can win. If you have a game of 4, only one can be the winner. If you have a race of 120, only one can be the winner.
Only one, yeah.